Alright, hi guys, we are back. And, what are we gonna do? We're gonna click, that's what.
綾瀬は持ってるんだ。
Indeed, Ayase has a sword.
何を？
本物を。
I thought I heard Remy suck in a breath. Eyes wide, she tottered, a few steps backward.
嘘だ。
What the fuck is wrong with you, Remy? Are you trying to deny it? Oh god, here we go. She sounded even more Dubois. That Dubois never gets old. Screw you, Matt. Check out Matt's channel. www.youtube.com/thegamingcabana. The Gaming Cabana. Who is currently doing a let's play of Clock Tower. Not to be confused with what? She sounded even more dubious.
だってあれおもちゃでしょ？
だから僕のはおもちゃだけど、彼女のは本物で、ライブ行けば見られ。
I had second thoughts as soon as I started to say it. Would she be able to see it? I also had said only people with the power could see these swords.
ライブに行けばその本物の剣を見られるの？じゃあ今度行ってみようかな。ファンタズムのライブそのものも見たいし。あ、タク一緒に行く？
見られないかも。限られた人にしか見えないらしいんだ。
I'm quite sure Remy would be able to see it, considering the start of this visual novel. If you go back to episode 1, you'll see what I'm talking about.
あ、そうなんだ。裸の王様みたいなものかな。じゃあ、私バカだから見えないかも。なんてね。
I wonder. For starters, I didn't have any conception of how a real D-sword worked as a device. I was simply faking everything Ayase had said at face value.
そんな剣、本当にあるのかな。やっぱり私信じられないよ。タクが見たっていう岸本さんの剣も本物っぽく見えるおもちゃじゃないの？
I doubt it. She created it in front of our eyes.
でも光ったし。
おもちゃでも光るやつはいくらでもあるよ。
Dude, just say what I said. She fucking created it from vapor in front of your eyes. If you wanted to stick some decoration on it, that could be accomplished easily enough. Except the compulsory force and presence of Ayase and Senna's swords, I couldn't bring myself to deny it. They possessed an aura that a knockoff simply couldn't duplicate. And more than anything, Ayase had drawn her sword out of nothingness. Well, there you go. It definitely wasn't something as low class as super speed or hypnotism. Hypnotism. Wow! Whew! You can see what happens when you make a guy who's not native in English read an English text. Mwah! In that act of hers, I had tasted a far more unbelievable power. Oh shit.
僕には妄想を現実に投影する力があるかも。
Where the fuck did that come from? I didn't have a scrap of proof for it myself, but I tried mentioning in one of my ideas.
だから将軍に、狙われてる気がする。
Because there was no other reason for him to target me. Not many people out there were as harmless to others as me. Otaku are fundamentally harmless. Let me read that sentence again. Otaku are fundamentally, God, harmless, since they shut themselves up in their own world. If they've ever got the free time to cause trouble for 3D people, They'd rather play around with cute Moe 2D characters in their heads.
昨日調べてた特許のこと？タクはあんな装置持ってるの？
I shook my head.
そうじゃなくて、装置とかなくても力使えるかも。
タクからかってるんでしょ？あ、わかった。何かの漫画かアニメが元ネタ？
Remy wouldn't believe me after all. But I remember doing it myself. The accident when I was in elementary school. I desperately explained it to Remy. That I might be a murderer. I knew she might abandon me once I confessed, but I couldn't stop myself from saying it. I wanted to clear away the fog of doubts in me by talking to someone. Remy silently listened to my stuttering explanation, a complex look on her face, when she had heard me out to the end.
考えすぎだよ。
She laughed it away as nothing ever happened.
そう考えてることだってタクの妄想なんだよ。わかってる？
Was I thinking too much, maybe? It'd be nice if that were the case, but the haze in the depths of my heart refused to clean up. New chapter. Well, not really chapter. Subchapter. The office smelled dusty. The second floor of an aging multi-tenant building. The wall on the far side of the room was one large window. The light shining through made the dancing dust resemble powdery snow. The words pasted on the glass, Frisia Investigations, cast shadows on the desk closest to the window. About 20 desks were lined up with a nary gap between them. All of them were piled up with precarious mountains of documents, files, forming a tableau that brought to mind a publishing company. Most of the desk owners were absent, leaving at most 5 to 6 people in the office. But the reason behind it was most certainly not because today was a Saturday. In proof of that, the to-go list on the whiteboard hung up beside the entrance was covered with written-in appointments. Yasuji Bun opened the door of his private investigation company a little after lunchtime. None of the workers faulted him for coming in without knocking. Bun, for his part, greeted them all with a hiya and went straight for the stout woman glaring at her laptop at the furthest desk, the one right beside the window.
Oh, Momo-chan, genki?
Well, okay. Having that shirt tucked in isn't doing any good for you. Just thought I'd throw that out there. The woman he had called Momo-chan, Frisia's company president, Momose Katsuko, made a fed-up expression, keeping her line of sight on a monitor.
バンちゃん、また来たの？
Oh my god! I forgot who the voice actress is. Alright, time for the Google jump cut. Alright, I've got the character lined up. It is, in fact, Nakao Ryusei. I'm not entirely sure if he plays a role in this, but his voice is quite exactly the same because he also plays Frieza, and you should all possibly recognize Frieza's voice. And in Bleach he plays Kurotsushi Mayuri, which is this guy. Yup. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's continue onward.
また来ましたよっと。入場年についての新ネタない？
たく、私は忙しいのよ。抱えてる案件が5万ってあるの。
Can you believe that's a man?
うちみたいな零細企業は土日返上で仕事しなくちゃいけないの。わかる？
She also does the one of the, well, supporting characters in Gintama. He also does. Sorry, dude. Only then did Momose finally raise her head. Seeing Bun smirk, she put a hand to her forehead and shook her head a bit.
ここは警察の秘密組織でも子会社でもないって何度も言ってるでしょうに。ただで情報もらえるなんて虫のいいこと考えてるんだろうけど、ここに来てる暇があるなら自分の足で何とかなさいな公務員さん。または依頼料を払うこと。予約表はみおちゃんにもらってちょうだい。
相変わらず冷てえ社長だな、おい。
Nah. Though she'd spoken without pausing for breath, Bun seemed unfazed. He fanned himself aloofly.
この会社立ち上げるときにはあんなに協力してやったのによ。
あら、バンちゃんも恩着せがましい人だわね。何年同じこと言い続ければ気が済むわけ？
まあ言ってねくれ。じゃあ依頼料はこいつでどうかな。
Oh boy. What Bun ostentatiously held out to her was a plastic bag with the name of a neighborhood Japanese-style sweet shop printed on it.
なんだ、あるなら最初から出してよ。いつも悪いわね。
Oh, Bun, you smooth asshat. No wonder she's got a bit of a, you know, wide thing going on.
みおちゃん、お茶2つ持ってきて。
After requesting this of her subordinate, Momose, whose attitude had undergone an instant 180-degree shift, took the bag from Bun and began scrutinizing its contents.
あら、栗羊羹、今が旬なのよね。わかってるじゃない。あ、バンちゃん、そんなところに突っ立ってないで座って。
Oh man. Smiling wryly, Ben pulled a chair over from the neighboring desk and settled himself down to Momose. One of the female office workers brought them hot tea in paper cups. Ooh.
んで、なんか新ネタあるかい？
ちょっと待ちなさいって。
Momose neatly unwrapped the chestnut jellies, flattening the wrapping paper and laid it to refold it next to her PC. Wow, obsessive much. And she quickly popped the first jelly nut chest. We're going to call it jelly nuts in her mouth. She had a huge weakness for Japanese sweets. When Ban came here to get information, bringing some snacks with him was an absolute necessity.
おいしいわ、これ。
You'd think they'd actually give him something to put in his mouth to do that effect, but alas, they don't.
人に言えた義理じゃないけどよ。ちったダイエットしたらどうだよ。
No.
でないといつまで経っても結婚できないぜ。
本当に人に言えた義理じゃないわね。私はもうとっくに今期は逃したわよ。
Shrugging, Momose took a sip of tea and turned to face Bun.
また新しいニュージェネ事件起きたわね。こんなところでサボってていいの？
Yup.
そっちの調査は俺以外の全員が真剣に取り組んでるさ。俺は別のアプローチから真実に迫ってやるってね。
かっこつけちゃって似合わないわよ。
Bun was sensitive to hot foods, so he hadn't taken his tea in hand yet. The weather should have been cool enough already, but he went on flapping his fan at his face. It seemed to be more a habit of his than anything else.
警察は G レートの線追ってるの？
そうそう、G レートね。ありゃすごいな。ももちゃんの話の通りだったぜ。
私が嘘の情報を渡すわけないでしょうに。 これでおまんま食べてるんだから。それで
まあ勝手に調べてるよ。
勝手に。ちょっとばあちゃん。
Momose's voice carried well. She had an assertive personality to begin with, and she spoke loudly. As the Frisia employees were used to her, they didn't raise an eyebrow even when her angry shouting reverberated through the entire office. The president's yelling was an everyday occurrence. Bantu had known Momose for ages, and with her having gone off at him dozens of times, his only reaction was to sardonically pick at his ear. Momose herself didn't particularly want anyone to listen in on this topic, so she soon lowered her voice. But as she jabbed a finger at Ban with downright dreadful force, her expression was teeming with a fury that made the way she smiled and stuffed her mouth with sweets seem like an utter lie.
個人で追うのは危険だって言ったじゃない。政治に宗教に企業、どれだけ根深く関与してると思ってるの。この間テレビで G レートの講義をやった太田教授がどうなったか、あんたもよく知ってるでしょ。
ああ、貼り付けで殺された被害者だろ。何度も聞いたよ。
Looks like we're finally getting some backstory on why people are getting killed.
何度でも言ってやるわ。言ってやりますとも。あんたはいつも私の忠告を無視するんだから。それでいつも尻拭いさせられるのは私なんてたまったもんじゃないわ。
Wow, you're in Frieza, calm down.
まあまあそうかって。茶でも飲んで落ち着いたら。
Instead of taking her tea, Momose flung a second chestnut jelly into her mouth. A jelly nut, rather. Breathing hard through her nose.
大丈夫だって。一応諏訪と一緒に動いてるんで。今はまだ G レートやら何やらってのは突飛すぎて上を説得できねえなよ。
諏訪ちゃんは確かに有能だし、しっかりしているけど、無理させたら承知しないわよ。
ももちゃんはいつから諏訪の保護者になったんだ？
バンちゃんの無謀な行動に未来ある若者が巻き込まれるのはかわいそうでしょうに。
あ、そうか。
Bun shrugged and took an experimental sip of his tea, but it was still hot, making him scrunch up his face.
しかし、バイオリズムが人を殺す凶器になるなんてこと、本当にありえるのかね？
前に説明したでしょうに。
実はいまいち理解しきれてねえんだわ。それってももちゃんお得意の電磁波と関係してるのか
Momose sighed and, in opposition to Ban, went on sipping her tea without any issues.
満月の夜の事件簿はよく知ってるでしょ。
まあな。
Many crimes and accidents took place on nights with full moons, nor was this an urban legend. It became obvious from a single glance at the police headquarters statistics. Hello.
その満月以上の力でバイオリズムカーブが上昇したらどうなると思う？
興奮するってことだろ。
それだけ？渋谷は特殊な街なのよ。言ったでしょ。 G レートが高ければバイオリズムカーブは上昇する。しかもその上昇値は満月の夜に影響する数値のおよそ6800倍。
なんとも想像しにくい数字だな。
比べ物にならないくらいすごいって考えとけばいいわ。
しかしなんで今なんだ？
殺された太田教授が言っていたのは G レートが半年前から急に増加しているせいってことね。地層の構造に大きな変化が起きない限りそんなことはありえないそうだけど。
変化ね。
そう、駅前のスクランブル交差点で火山が噴火するほどのエネルギーが必要なの。
火山？そ そんなに大きな力なのか。
それくらい今の GE レートはありえない状況なのよ。
それを世間に訴えようとした教授はニュージェネで殺された。
事件の前日に教授が出演する予定だったテレビ番組が急遽放送中止になった話知ってる？
確か。
知り合いに MHK に勤めている人がいて聞かされたの。
MHK instead of NHK.
国営放送の番組に圧力かけられる立場なんてそうそうないぜ。
私も詳細についてはわからないわ。知ってたらとっくに告発してるだろうし。
Intrigued, Bun leaned forward.
俺でも大体予想はつくさ。この際はっきり言っちゃってよ。
本気で聞きたい？社会の安否に踏み込むことになるわよ。いいの？パンちゃんクビになるかもしれない。
俺はニュージェネ事件の犯人さえ捕まえられりゃそれでいいんだけどね。まあどうするかは答えを聞いてから考えるな。
As she sipped her tea, Momose used her left hand to type at her notebook PC. Hello. A document opened on the LCD monitor. There she had enumerated the results of her personal investigation.
名和と
ももちゃん勘弁してくれ。俺はてっきり野党の名前が出てくると思ってたんだがな。よりによって。
Pun groaned as though it had grown tedious. But his eyes weren't smiling. Far from it, they held a detective's sharpness.
下手したらこの国が揺らぐぜ。
Well, that's it for this episode, and that's it for this week, because I am actually working on a new project. And I'd like to... Well, there you have it. I'd like to work on a new project tonight. And I'm also translating. So yes, I don't have that much time to be recording these videos. Sorry, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next week. Thank you for watching.